morning, everybody. Welcome to my early morning push routine. We're going to do this in my pajamas, or I am anyway, because no reason to get dressed. All right, we're going to start with what's called an around the world. Take a kettlebell and you just go around. Let's do this 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I did it 12. You could do it 10, 12, whatever feels right for you. All right, let me log it in. It's always good to log your exercises. Also, if you need help figuring out what exercises work best for you, shoot me a message. I'll help you out. All right. I've got rest timer set for about a minute, 10 seconds between each routine. If that's too short, pause it and rest longer. If you need less time, go ahead and keep going. But next is going to be bench dips. It's going to work on our triceps. And yes, this is coffee. I did say early morning routine. All right, got about 15 more seconds. Just in case you wanted to know, the around the world works on your shoulders and your abs. All right, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, bench dips. This works our triceps. Remember, keep your arms as close to you as you can and keep as close to the bench. Do 10 to 12. 1, 2, do not use your legs to push you up. 3, use your arms to pull you up. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Great job. All right, let's mark this as done. And it's my most reps. Woohoo! Next we're going to do bench press. It's going to be for our chest. So let me move my coffee over here and move my bench out a little bit. So I'm going to set my coffee down, still right here. Take the kettlebell off. Move my bench like right here. I skipped a week. It says last time I did 15 pounds. I'm going to do 12, so let me go grab them. Here's 12 pounders. And for this, we're mainly going to be working our shoulders, our chest, and our triceps. All right. So when you want to go like this, not all the way back, more like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Like I said, do 10 or 12. Oh, that was bench press. Next is going to be overhead press, which is the shoulders. That's the chest. Trying to decide if I want to, let's keep 12s. If I can't do 12s, I'll knock it down to 10s. I am going to turn this sideways because there is one that I'm going to want you to see the head area. And this morning, it's 6:30. What time is it? Oh, it's 6:02. It's 6 o'clock in the morning, still dark outside. This is a darker room. All right. Let's see if I could do. All right, and this is an overhead press. So you want to push straight up. All right, 12s are a little tough. Let me go ahead and grab my 10s. Use your own judgment. Those are 8s, hold on. These are 10s. You want to push yourself, but you don't want to go too far. You can always increase it the next time, the next rep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 12 would have been too much. All right, next, mark it done. 10 and 10. All right, next is a skull crusher. And since my arms seem to be a little tired today, I'm going to only do this with a 12-pounder. Got 52 seconds. And 1:10 seconds is a little bit shorter than I'd like. So I'm going to do 3 sets of all these exercises. I hope you stick around for all 3. But next set, I am going to increase to at least 1:30 seconds. All right. Not for this set, the next set. All right, skull crusher, hold your dumbbell like this, lay down, arms straight up and just bend at your elbows, bring it down to your head. 1, so it's called skull crusher. 2, 3, 4, 5. This works the triceps. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right. I did 12. Next time I'm going to do a 15. Okay, and it's going to be my best routine. All right, now we're going to do flies, which works the chest. Did I change that to 1:30 for next time? For this, it's kind of going to be like for lateral raises. I use 5 pounds. Don't be embarrassed if you think a weight's too light. Do what feels comfortable to you and do where the last 1 or 2 are really difficult. If the last one or two are too easy, feel like you can do 5 more, go up to the next weight and keep doing that. Just like skull crusher, next time I'm going to do 15. That felt too easy. But chest flies, they work muscles you don't usually work. Lay down, arms up. You can bend your elbows if you want. Arms down like you're flying. You want to flap your wings. 1, 2, 3, 4. Feel the stretch. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Next is a kettlebell halo. Never done that before. 5. And this will be another more shoulder one. All right. And since I've never done it before, I'm going to try it with just a, let me increase the time. I'm going to try it with a 5 pound. All right. 5 pound. And hold on, I'm going to turn the heat down. Take a sip of coffee. If I'm not recording and I do this, I actually slowly get dressed. Lotion my legs between sets, moisturize my face, all that kind of stuff, all right? You just want to go up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to do it the other way now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. That was bad. Next time I'll do a 10 pounder. All right. All right, we got 2 more for this set. Don't go anywhere. I gotta go grab a band. I can't use that band. That band's too strong. See, I'm back. All right, we'll start off with the, where's the medium? I'll do it with a heavy. Really, I prefer the medium. This is extra heavy. This one we can do sitting down. Do it on each side. Grab a band, hold it like this, grab hold, and you push down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, so remember, we have 2 arms. Do the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woohoo! All right. All right. Then our last one for the first set is called a dumbbell squeeze press, which is for the chest. You can do this with either a kettlebell or a dumbbell. I'm going to use dumbbells. I'm going to use the 15s, which are right over here. But the nice thing about working out at home during your rest sets, you can do stuff like slowly get ready for work, do some parts. And if you turn the heat on, by the end, you can just be in your undergarments if you're not taping. And then when you get done, you can just go rinse off and get dressed. If I do it in the evenings, I usually do dinner prep, and actually sometimes even start dinner between the sets, especially on leg day because I take longer rest time. And that's AT&T telling me they've charged me. I was wondering what text came through at 6 o'clock in the morning. All right, let's grab our dumbbells. Well, no, maybe we will go with 12 pounds. I'm tired. My muscles are tired today. And some days you are just flat out weaker than other days. All right. Just put your dumbbells together and just go up. Squeeze them together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Update this. All right, so great job, everybody. For those of you that don't feel like you can do anymore, thank you, and have a great morning. For the rest of us, let's go ahead and do another set. This time we're going to have 1:30 rest time. We're going to repeat the same routines that we just did. All right, and where is it going to start? Oh, it's going to be around the world. Okay, that one's not bad. So y'all comment, tell me where you're from. Kind of like to see where people are from that watch my videos. My thing is, you just move anytime, anywhere, wearing anything. That's kind of my thing. I like doing 1-hour routines. A lot of people don't. And you don't have to. Let it add up. Do 3 hours of workouts a week. That could be 18 10-minute workouts. All right, it's around the world. 20-pounder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Phew. Great job. That's it. 12. Bench dips. And we have 1:30. But you can take 3 of these. And you can focus on one. Like the triceps. The tricep push downs, the skull crushers, and the bench dips. You could do those throughout the day. Do 1 set of each 3 times a day. That right there should be, be like like 7 minutes just doing that. No, be more like 4 or 5. But just make the time add up. But I like doing it all at one time. And I also prefer about 4 to 5 hours a week. But at least 3 hours a week. 180 minutes. All right. Minute and 30 might be a little long for some of them. Let's get ready to do our dips. Remember, don't use your legs to pull yourself up. Use your arms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And more resistance if you go slower. 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. All right, that's it. We got bench presses. Did I do 15? I didn't do 15 last time. I did 12. Think I'm ready to try 15? I don't know. I'm going to give it a try. The whole idea is to push yourself. And if I don't think I can do it, I'll put them back down and grab the 12s. I always feel like arm day gives you more of a cardio. I heard something a long time ago that if you exercise the muscles closer to your heart, it elevates your heart rate. I have no idea if that's true, but right now, my heart is saying it is. But then again, if I do a squat, I get really winded. All right. Like I said, if you think the rest time's too little, speed it up. Or go ahead. Next thing we're going to be doing is the bench press. So you can go ahead and get started. We got 9 seconds. All right, I'm going to try. I'm going to try 15s. One, being shaky is okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Come on, I got 2 more in me. 9, 10. I did it! I didn't do 12, I did 10. Overhead press. Which ones are the 12s? Last time I did 10s. This time we'll try 12s. That's easy, okay. And if you don't have a bench, don't worry about it. You can use the floor most of the time. You can use the floor for that. You can use a footstool. And actually, I'm going to start making videos since my thing is anytime, anywhere, wearing anything. I mean, don't get me wrong. I got the leggings, I got the shorts, I got the compression shirts. I like to wear them sometimes. Not in my early morning exercises. Like my pajamas. I roll out of bed, make my coffee, and then walk in here. And then when I do them straight when I get home, I actually just take off my shoes and start in my work clothes. But I'm going to stop recording in the home gym pretty soon. All right, so 130 is a little long. 110 was too long, so let's go to 120. At least for the rest of these and the next set. All right, so we're going to try 12s. Overhead press. 1. I'm not going to be able to do them. I'm going to start failing at 4 or 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew. All right. Next is skull crushers. Let's just see if I can do it with 15. I don't know. Resetting all the timers, the rest timers. All right. Try it with 15. It's also hard to figure out what to say during rest times. Ugh. All right. Remember, grab it like this. Arms straight up. Bend at the elbows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Ooh, flies. That's my best weight. All right. All right, now it is cold. Turn the heat on a little. 51 seconds. There it goes. Sip of coffee. I actually feel ready to go already. If I were by myself, I would go ahead. But since I'm asking you guys to follow along and I told you a minute and 20, here we go. All right. 1. It's okay if your elbows are bent. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, oops, 10. There's actually a bunch of marks on that wall right there where I've done this more than once. All right. We did 5 pounds. All right. So why don't I pull it out for next time? All right. The halos are next. Now remember I said I was going to try a 10 pound this time. See the sun coming up? No, didn't think so. Seeing things. Three, 2, 1. 10 pound. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's try it the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I actually feel that more in my chest than I do my shoulders. And if you're still early in your strength training routine, and I still am fairly early, not as early as a lot of people, but I still am fairly early. Try your best to do the appropriate form, but if you're not sure, just make sure what you're doing doesn't hurt you. There's quite a few exercises that people do wrong. Anything with the biceps people do wrong. A lot of stuff with the triceps. If you go too fast, anything with a bicep, if you go fast, you're not even working a muscle. Unless it's excess heavy weight. But then you're straining yourself. Same thing with the back. But like that, I don't think I have the perfect form. But I'm not feeling pain, but I feel muscles being worked. And if you're not sure, ask YouTube. Or ask me, I'll look it up and tell you. All right. Hold it up and then pull down. 1, 2. Keep your elbow locked to your side. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You should feel it right here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woohoo! All right, now we're going to the dumbbell squeeze press. I'm going to try 15s. I did 12s last time. And who knows, I might do like I did with the chest or the shoulder press. I did one and said nope. But we'll find out. And I do get awfully hyper, so the waiting time, that's kind of why I like doing it at home. So I've been known to vacuum between rest sets. Make dinner. Like I said, I generally lotion my legs one set, moisturize my face, do my arms. And then if I happen to sweat during that workout, I have to take a shower, but generally, on arm day, I don't. All right, let's do these squeezes, and we're going to try the 15s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, that was perfect weight. All right. For those of you that don't feel like you can do anymore, thank you for joining along, and hopefully I'll see you again. Goodbye. For those of you wanting to do the third set, I do have to warn you, my camera may go off before I'm done. But we've been 37 minutes so far. We're going to lower our rest time back to 1 minute and 10 seconds. And like I said, if the camera automatically goes off, I'm still going to publish it, but you should be able to figure out which ones to do. Like I said, we're just repeating the same exercises we've already done. I like doing 3 sets. It's 3 segments. I usually do 3 sets, 3 sets of shoulders, 3 sets of chest, 3 sets of triceps, 3 exercises. I put 1 into each set, so that gives me 3 sets. And then I do each of those 3 times. Comes out 27. And I have found a ton of people do it that way. A ton of people. Maybe it's kind of like a golden ratio thing. All right, not done resetting the timer, so let's start with the around the world. Grab your kettlebell. If you really want it to stretch you out, hold it up higher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. All right, next is going to be the bench dips. Oh. And what time is it now? 6:35? All right. Yeah, I have to start getting ready no later than 6:50. And for me, when it's winter and dark, I do live in the Pacific Northwest, I do my workouts before work. When it's nice and sunny, I get off work at 3. I can get off work at 3. I do them in the afternoon from, well, it takes me a half an hour drive from 3:30 to 4:30. But I do like seeing the sun a little. And if I did them after work this time of year, I'd never see the sun. All right, let's do our bench dips. Remember, close, elbows in. 1, 2, 3, slow. 4, use your arms. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great job. Next will be the bench press. And I will do this one with 15 pounds. Let's make sure I've got everybody down to 1:10. All right. So in case it runs out, we got the bench press, the overhead press, skull crusher, chest fly, the halo, the tricep push downs, and dumbbell squeeze press. That's the chest press one. But we're going to hope. And it's not a battery life thing. It's just I've never used it over 45 seconds and I don't know if this is the camera that will do longer or not. So we'll find out. Oh, it's time. Just what I needed. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And to almost failure, that's what I need. I maybe could have done one more. Not much. All right. We have overhead press, skull crusher, chest fly, the halo, the tricep push downs, and the squeeze press left. Obviously, that's a chest exercise. The overhead press is a shoulder exercise. Skull crusher is your triceps. Chest fly is your chest. Kettlebell halo is shoulders, but I'm going to also say your lats. The kind of the half chest, half lats, right here. That's where I feel it, or obliques. Let me look at it. It says shoulders, traps, and upper back. Oh, and it does. I'm looking it up. It says what it does say it works here too. It says I'm holding the kettlebell upside down. So we'll try that when I do it again. All right, overhead press 4. No, we tried. I can't do those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I cannot do 2 more. So 8 is what I'm doing. And like I said, push yourself, but don't push yourself to where it's going to hurt yourself. I would not have been, I barely got 8 in. As you notice, my arm. So be smart. I'm not ready to try a skull crusher with a 20 yet. Because that's kind of heavy. That would crush my skull too. So we have skull crusher, chest fly, kettlebell halo, tricep push down, dumbbell squeeze press. We should be at 45 minutes. And we're doing skull crushers, and we'll do it with 15. Let's see if I can do 12. You don't always have to increase the weight. You can increase the duration, not necessarily the intensity. The intensity would be going excessively slow. That would be the tempo. But you can also increase the reps. So on this one, I'm going to go from 10 to 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There we go. See, best volume. And I'll show you something like what's one I can do with with a bicep curl. This is not the same as this. So if you do bicep curls that slow, that type of tempo, you're going to get better resistance on the muscles. So you can increase the resistance in a lot of different ways. Number of reps, tempo, or the weight. You have to do what's best for you. I prefer a good balance, not too fast, not too slow, something that feels like, okay, I can feel it, but not almost like an isometric. An isometric's a hold. What are we doing? Flies? Good. Oops. 1. I like doing these on a bench because you can stretch further. You get a further stretch on those chest muscles. 3, 4, but doing it on the floor is just fine. 5, 6, and I can actually do 8s and 10s sometimes on the floor. 7, 8, 9, I'm going to try 12, 10, 11, 12. So for that one, I increased the range of motion, and I did 12. Halos are next. One, two, we got 3 more. 3 more. No, I don't want to do it with 15 because it said I was holding it upside down. And I'm sorry, pajamas are comfortable. They're loose, you can move in them. It gives me an excuse to buy pajamas. 4, 3. All right, so it says I'm supposed to hold it this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Well, might want to increase reps on that one. Oops, that's not the one I did. I marked the wrong one complete. All right. But that's okay. Next are the push downs. So we can just mark those complete when we finish this one. We got 2 more. This is probably going to end up to be just under a 1 hour workout. And I got 8 more minutes till I have to start getting ready. Wait, I said 50, didn't I? I got 3 more minutes before I have to get ready. Kind of close. All right. All right, so I'm going to cheat, start a little early. Hold this up here, and then push down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you're like me, you can feel the difference between your right and left. You don't want to do a heavier weight on your stronger arm. You want to build your weaker arm to catch up. Once you reach to where you think you can increase the weight on your weaker arm, which for most of the population it's the left side, but you could be the odd one or the lefty and it'd be the right side. Once you feel that your weaker arm is ready to move on, then move on. Don't do different weights, different arms. That's why a lot of people like barbells. All right. Ouch, out with my toe. I do have 1 minute, so I'm going to get started. These are the squeezes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ha! Well, thank you, everybody. That was a good 55-minute workout. Thanks for joining along. Tomorrow I'm going to do a leg day, early morning routine. Hope you subscribe and you watch that. All right, I'm a minute late. Bye, guys. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to my early morning push routine. We're going to do this in my pajamas, or I am anyway, because no reason to get dressed. All right, we're going to start with what's called an around the world. Take a kettlebell and you just go around.